Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar. NBA 2K16 kariyerimizin oynanışının 5. bölümünde karşınızdayız. En son New York Knicks bizi draft etmiş 4. sıradan. Direkt ilk maçımıza gideceğiz şimdi. Kaldığımız yerden devam. Nasıl yapılıyor? Aha. Burada 1'in 8'i diyor. 8 maçlık bir şey. Hala onu çözemedik. Acaba bir deneme sözleşmesi tarzında bir şey mi yaptılar? 2K15'te olduğu gibi, yani sezonun yarısından hatta sezonun bitişine doğru başlamıştık biz 2K15'teki ilk yılımıza. Ya da direkt profesyonel imzaladılar mı? Neyse.
Alright. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Tamam hocam, gaza geldik hepimiz. Sağ olun, hadi.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Neyse, şarkıya geçelim.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks everyone for joining us here in the start of a new season. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. And so off the tip, it's New York.
Hocam benim oyuna geleceğim zamanı şey yapsana. Kartını vereyim.
Playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Freak.
You know, and what a huge compliment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. Even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
Vasquez is checked in for Milwaukee. Jose Calderon is checked in for New York. The Knicks leading by 3. Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and a very prosperous career from Freak.
Yeah, and he's playing it cool right now, but let me tell you, I'm sure that basket means the world to him. That is nothing like the first one.
My thought is he's probably just happy to have it out of the way. I mean, no more waiting and wondering when it'll come. Those first points are finally in the rearview mirror.
Now with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's really NBA ready. And he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school, and he could be on the NBA.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor, and Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way he's found success. High school phenom.
Kamerayı bir kez daha ayarlayacağım ya. Arkadaş, sizin düzgün bir kameramız yok mu? 3'te kalsın bari şu. Yes. Aynen. Çık.
Playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball. Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Shot's good for Serhat.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far, stretching the lead into double digits already.
Now here's Vasquez. Screen by Monroe.
Abi adam bana duvar yapıyor.
Vasquez
Ona da
can't get
ne
it to
yapayım?
go.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And Parker, here we go.
Lan takım faulü ne arada
Is a
olur?
rookie drafted number 2 overall behind.
Adamın bir elimizi sürdük faul
There's much
olmadı.
debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better
Atamadı
NBA
lan
players.
ikisini de.
What do you think?
Oğlum Emre'yle iki sayı atamayan ağzına ediyorlar biliyorum ya.
Stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Here is Bayless, following the basket by Derek Williams. Here's Vasquez, off target from three-point range.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Freak. From outside, off the mark.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really two different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates them.
Now here's Freak. He has 5. There's a screen from past the arc, and he gets the bucket. Freak's got 8.
Odaya yanaşamıyor.
Man,
Şut
he's
atalım.
having quite
Şut atalım
for
yani.
converting at a really high percentage.
There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now, here is Monroe. To the wing on the left. Here's Bayless. Money from the wing. There's Freak. It's a 13-point game. A baseline J. Rebound by Parker.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
The shot is off, so New York will take it the other way. 3-on-3. Deflects the pass. Offensive rebound. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Lewis Amundsen, he's checked in for the Knicks. Now here's Parker. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And count the basket. He was fouled. Going to the line for one more.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4. Here's Freak, and he drops in the layup off the bench. Freak's got 12.
You know, of the last 6
Hocam
baskets,
birazcık
5 have come on the
kişisel
interior.
oynuyorum ama yapacak bir şey yok. Yani puan lazım. Ben birazcık da hocanın gözüne
All about imposing your will offensively, getting
nasıl
exactly.
top çalacağız biz ya? Az önceki gibi rastgele mi denk geldi? Anasını satayım, ben rahatça top çalmak istiyorum ya.
Improved substitution here for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Monroe.
4 dakika falan oynadı hoca ilk
comes
periyotta.
in for O.J. Mayo.
3-4 dakika.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Vasquez. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless. So, New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Lewis Amundsen. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Williams. And Freak subbed in for Jose Calderon. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward, and it's Henson in at the 5. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Allah'ım vitaminsiz.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most.
Yanlış ya. Çok fazla foul programına gireceğiz işte. Yok sıkıntımızda.
Middleton outside. Roll from the top of the key. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Freak. They get it back. Seraphin gets to the rim for 2 with the D all
Şeyinin daha kilidini açtık ama.
And the Knicks lead by 15. For Milwaukee, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Back to Middleton.
Hasittir ama ya.
Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
There's Freak, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
A chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. First in steals, third in points off turnovers, and they also showed up in the top 5 in opponent field goal percentage. A very improved defensive team.
And I really feel like they fed off their pressure defense. You mentioned all the steals. That got them out in the open court and created easy opportunities offensively.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Freak. He has 14 points and a couple of nice steals too. Passing and free throws, those are 2 areas where you love to get production.
And I like the fact that he's been a positive player all day. Hasn't had a lot of errors in the game.
There's Galloway. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Freak. It balls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Hunter Williams dishes to Parker. There's a good screen. Double team on Parker. And
Çıldıracağım ya. Hocam al beni kenara. Vallahi kafayı yiyeceğim.
that does it for the first half of play.
Refleks olarak elimi uzatıyorum ama topu alabilecek yeteneğimiz yok. Karıştırmadan ileri gidiyor. Oğlum koltuk mu bitti? O adam niye ayakta kaldı lan?
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. Well, we've established a clear dominance on the interior at the offensive end. And until they prove they can stop our inside game, we have to continue to pound it into the post. But we did get a nice lift off the bench in that half. I might want to stay with some of those.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so. Corey Parker's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Then for the Knicks, Louis Amundsen. He's checked in for Porzingis. Calderon comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Langston Galloway. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at the point.
Abi şunu yapma işte. Adam atarken foul yapma ya.
And it's Anthony.
En saçmalık bu işte yaptınız ya.
And taking a quick look here at the stats for the Knicks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Calderon kicks to Freak. The 3. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Henson with the screen.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him.
Kafayı yiyeceğim
My
5'lik ya.
goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls. Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael
also making some changes. Henson's checked in for
Neyse en azından farkı açarak gitmişler. Neyse dikkat edin top çalacak diye ama
And then for New York, Thomas comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Freak subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. And it's Henson in at the center. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. There's Freak. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got assist number 5 here tonight. On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But Greg, the one thing you can't seem to lock down is his shooting streak.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field, and you expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well. Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Here's Middleton. Misses off the right iron.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Bucks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league. And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
And that one's good. Freak.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
Middleton outside. Takes the turnaround J. Another miss by Middleton. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Here's Carter Williams. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
When it comes to Michael Carter Williams, guys, I feel like people don't mind at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard. But he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for John Henson. Damian English comes in for Jabari Parker. Chris Copeland's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Vaughn in for Chris Middleton. And that one's good. Freak.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for him this half.
Well, going back to Michael Carter Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game.
Lan ben adamı nasıl tutayım ya? Zaten 5 foul'um var. Bloklamaya çalışsam.
Not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled, but the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature, and the jury's really still out on him.
Vaughn, the pass to Carter Williams. Amundsen grabs the board. Amundsen's got his 5th rebound in this game.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. There's the screen. Carter Williams kicks to English. Here's Copeland. He's guarded by Thomas. Carter Williams with the ball. Carter Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
And Freak throws it down.
That's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned. You might not think think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
From 12 feet out, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Freak's got 18 points just in the second half.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Plumlee dishes to Carter Williams. He used that
Vallahi korkumdan adamın müdahale bile yapamıyorum ya.
Non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely, and again it's New York.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making
Yani birader bu adam benim bütçem adam değil ya.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect. Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
Plumlee with the screen. Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded close.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Ulan ta nereden geldim adama belki vurdum diye niye boş ettim.
So he'll shoot two right here. Some doubted how the flopping fines would have worked. Overall, there have been less egregious flops for the better in the NBA.
Yeah, and there will always be room for embellishment, but I like the fines because it really does minimize the number of extravagant flops. Guys have adjusted and they're not laying down as much as they used to.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Vasquez, he's checked in for Vaughn, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter Williams. Plenty of space. Vasquez, that's good. Smooth sailing for New York. Freak with it. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30 and 22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beat, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
And there's the whistle. He'll go to the line.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this
Bizim
half.
davarlar
That's taking
hayvan
care
gibi
of
foul
business,
yapmış. Hadi ben
fellas.
top çalmak için yaptım. Benimkiler adamları pek şeye götürmedi ilk yaptığım foul dışında ilk periyottaki. Serhat atış çizgisine. Bizimkiler 21-17 anasını satayım adamlara 40 tane serbest atış çektirmişler. Bir de isabetli olanlar bunlara kaçırdıklarını da saymış. Herifler bayağı 50 tane çizgiye götürmüşler. İkileri aynı halk oluyor ve 3 drop.
Vasquez, man, what an example of tremendous passing skill.
Now here's Freak.
Ana pezevenk yani amma zorladı ya. Allah kırsa hayatıma.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said if you got it.
Ya mal benim senin.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, you know, going back to the Knicks on the road, they just forgot to defend the three-point shot. I mean, they had the worst three-point field goal percentage defense with their opponents making 40% of their threes against them. That was the worst in the league.
Here is Bayless. Puts one up from 19.
Lan herif elinden kaçırdı. Aldım pezevenk. Ya nazımış. Göt. Vay ananı.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch four was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a three. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
No good with the triple. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ball's knocked loose.
Hadi be alıyorum.
Plumlee the pass to Vasquez. Plumlee with the screen. Vasquez kicks to Plumlee. Here's Bayless. Nails it from the high
Lan yüzüne koşayım lan.
the stretch four and the need for shooting at the position.
İyi hoca beni full
They
oynattı
don't
lan
need
bu
to be
dördüncü
a
periyotta.
three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space out the floor type game, and shot making gives you a chance to do that.
Out to the right wing. Here's Copeland. Off target from three-point range. Smooth sailing for New York. And here's Freak. He kicks it to Calderon. Here's Freak. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got his 7th assist in the game. The Bucks shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Vasquez kicks to Plumlee. Now Bayless. Fires from 18. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Amundsen's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Freak dishes to Calderon. The pass to Freak. This one for 3. That's good. Freak's got 49 points in the game.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
The feed to Copeland. They double him with Freak. Here's Bayless. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
You're right there, Steve, and one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
5000 anca
And
attı.
it'll go
Manyak
down
bu
as their first official win of the new year.
And guys, when you're cracking heads against somebody 4 times over the course of a season, boy, it's a great feeling to snatch that first game. Good adjustments tonight against the Bucks.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Pass to Bayless. The 3. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly.
Lan bir basket foul yaptıramadım. Fuck ya.
The first free throw is good.
Oğlum stadı terk edin. Maç bitti lan.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Benim 40 sayı fark attık ha.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Hadi be. Biz zorlamayalım. 5 foul değil zaten.
And Bayless kicks to Copeland.
Vallahi bakkala gittim amına koyayım ya. Bomboş gittim öyle fenerini patlamış kamyon gibi. 16 saniye. Son saniyeye kadar değerlendirmeyelim ya, yürüyün.
Here's Freak.
Hay ananı saçayım. Oğlum şerefsizlik niye yapıyorsun? Ulan ben saniyeyi kullanmadım hayvan herif. Sen de hızlıca geleydin ya. Şut da çekmedi.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways.
That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
That was Freak turning up the volume right there, baby, all the way up to 11, and the stereo only goes to 10, Ernie, but we're at 11 right now. The man himself may be quiet, but his performance spoke very loudly.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Onların her şeyi acayip ya. Bizim Carmelo da 29-60 ha. Benim yanımda fazla gözükmedi de benim daha doğrusu oyunda olduğum süreçte fazla gözükmedi ama yani ananı satayım. Bayağı bir 29 sayı atmış. Ben 9'u 9 serbest atış attım. Bundan bir tane daha serbest atış olsaymış iyiymiş. 10 tane atmakla alakalı genelde NBA'de olan bir görev vardır. MyCareer'de zaten standarttır. İşte 30 sayı bul, 40 sayı bul, 50 sayı bul yaptık. İşte 60 sayı, 75 sayı, ondan sonrası yok. Ondan sonra rekorlar bilmem neler. Bir maçta işte 10 top çal, 5 asist yap, 10 asist yap falan. Öyle öyle gidiyor. Şimdi top verin lan. Allahu Ekber. Hareketli üçlük atabilsem çok çok güzel olacak da. Hareketli üçlük yok anasını satayım. Hayır bir de bu hiç ligle alakalı hiçbir şey yazmıyor. Kendi şeylerim var. Bu dediğim gibi büyük bir ihtimal 8 maçlık deneme şeyi ya. Bence 8 maçlık deneme imzası falan attırdı bunlar bize. Zaten maç süreleri ananı satayım dur. Standart NBA dakikası olduğu için 12'şer dakikalık yapıyorum periyotları. Acaba diğer maçı da bu videoya dahil etsem yoksa çok uzun olacak videolar da. Ama dediğim gibi sinematik girmediği sürece aynı role yaparsa bütün ligi gösterme şansım yok. Şu maçı da oynayayım. Şunda da bir ekstradan bir farklı bir şey çıkarsa.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court. And he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
Her maç öncesinde belli ki konuşmuyor. Bir ilk NBA maçı diye konuşma yaptı bizimki. Şimdi LeBron'u karşılıyoruz. Tabii Cleveland'ın taşaklı olduğu dönemler. Hatırlayacaksınız 2015'ten 2019'a kadar 20 demeyeceğim 20'de çünkü şey oldu. Aynı 80'lerde 90'larda 2000'lerde olduğu gibi Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers hegemonyası gibi iki takım arasında 5 tane arka arkaya final oynandı. 5 tane bundan fazla mı saydım? İşte 2014-2015 sezonunun yani 2015'in şampiyonu Golden State oldu. 15-16'nın şampiyonu Cleveland oldu Golden'a karşı. 16-17 Golden oldu. 17-18 Golden oldu. 18-19 şey oldu. Golden'a karşı Toronto oldu işte geçen yıl. Bu yıl koronavirüstür falan filandır. İşte sezonlara ara verildi falan filan şey oldu. İyi lan bizimkiler önde. Yani Cleveland'ın en güçlü olduğu dönem. Bir de 2K16 olduğu için daha şey değil. Bir yıl öncesini anlatıyor ya genelde bu oyunlar çıktığında. Aldım valla. Çık lan. Ulan Carmelo yok ulan. Hadi ben asisti geçiremedim. Sen nasıl basketbol yaptıramadın reis? Sen de atamazsan kim atacak? Takımın mentoru sensin. Aynen bu oyundaki geçen şu anki oynadığımız zaman Cleveland'ın şampiyonluğu aldığı sene.
8th in free throw percentage, 14th in block. They were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
And you look at their free throw percentage.
Ya ben niye LeBron tutuyorum? Manyak mısınız amına koyayım ya? Adamın cüssesine bak bir de benim cüsseme bak. Benim bir de savunma özelliğim yok. 55-56 ortalamam var amına koyayım.
He has 5. Nobody
Atamadı
near
ki.
Irving. They get it back,
Reboundu.
and Thompson throws it down.
That's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And cashing it hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
The Cavaliers trail by 8.
Oh be alamadım.
LeBron kicks to Thompson.
Ya ben neden LeBron'u tutuyorum ya? Kariyerim belki tutsam ya, ben point guard değilim amına koyayım.
That doesn't go in
Gör
either
beni.
for Irving.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for
Atam
them in
lan
this
şunu.
one, fellas. I can feel it.
Kaç kere seni boşa çıkartacağım.
And it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice
Muskovaca,
edge.
Carmelo Anthony'ye de yani şey yaptıracağız.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Carmelo
Aha,
Anthony.
vallahi
And
çok iyi.
stolen by
Gidiyorum lan,
Freak.
gidiyorum.
And here we go.
Allahu
Freak
Ekber.
heading to the hoop. Rips down the
Lan ben
breakaway
başka bir şey
slam.
bekliyordum. Belki şekil şukul bir şey basar diye. Çok sade gitti vurdu ya. Kazma
Yeah, I
ya.
agree. I
Türk
mean,
olduğunu
look
nasıl
at the lead they've jumped
bekledi?
out to already.
Gel
What a
gel.
start.
Freak murik diyorlar, bir de free'nin başlayacağım free'ine.
Now here is Irving. He's tightly guarded.
Ananı
They
satayım,
need
adam
this.
bakkalıyor
Boy,
bile.
that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is.
Ya ben
And
o
so they
Dura'ya
go
yükseltmek
with
için
the
gıçımı yırttım ya.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Shumpert comes in for Smith, and it's Williams in for Irving. And New York with a change here too. Calderon's checked in.
Bir özellik mi de bir şey aldık herhalde de sağ üstte gözüküyordu, oraya hiç dikkat edemedim. Şeye bakacağım dedim.
7 of 14 for the game.
LeBron,
James
sakin ol.
kicks to Williams.
Boşa uçtum. Abi Tristan Thompson da her şeyi topluyor.
LeBron James on the wing. They get a
Vallahi
hand
LeBron'a
on
top
it,
çaldım.
and stolen by
Beni
Freak.
emekledin
And
hemen
another
zirvedeyken.
fast break for New York. Knicks running.
Yaz.
That's good from Williams. The
Court
assist by
coach.
Freak.
O özelliği almışım herhalde.
Williams
Pas
has got his
istediğim zaman
first
pasın
points
bana
of the
gelmesin. Zaten şu MLA'de MyCareer'de en çok sevdiğim özellik oydu. O özellik olmadan 2K16'da oyuna pas istediğimde puanından düşüyordu, şu tepedeki hoca puanından. O da önemli. O da zarar. Satın alıyordum bir de onu. 2K15'te ve bundan büyük bir ihtimal ve bundan sonrakilerde zamanla kazanacağım belli ki. O çok güzel olmuş. İşte Allah'a emanet. Yani isteye zamanla kazanmak bir oyuncunun yeteneği. Para, ona da para vermeyelim. Zaten paramız, puanımız yok.
Send it over to
LeBron,
Doris
sakin ol.
Burke, caught up with head
Ah be.
coach David Blatt.
Ama RD'yi
Doris,
yaptıramıyorum ya. Benim en çok NBA'de ananı ne yaptık, adam bomboş var. Allah'ın kazması atamadı.
He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each
Benim
trip down the
şeyde en
floor.
çok sevdiğim MyCareer'de hangi mevki olursa olsun kendim zaten boyum kısa olduğu için şey olduğu için oy ananı.
on Doris, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
Bizim takımdaki genelde smaç yeteneği olan kişileri ayrı yaptırmayı çok severdim ama bir türlü yapamıyorum. Klasik. Her zamanki tuşları ayarladım ama
And New York making a change. O'Quinn's check.
ulan foul yapacağım şimdi LeBron'a ya. LeBron sallan top.
5 to shoot. Williams
Oğlum bu herif atamıyor, bu herif boş ver.
Shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Shumpert with
Ya
the steal.
kazma ya, dümdüz pas attım onu da alamadım.
Outside Williams. A three. Again, the miss by Williams. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Here's Williams following the basket by Freak. To the paint, poked loose. It's
Vurdu
deflected.
mu? Vurdu mu? Adam size
Here's
başarılı mı?
Thompson.
Vurdu mu?
Cleveland
Onu
gets it
sokayım, adam
back.
bota
Out to
yürüdü.
Shumpert.
Dur atma. Ya bu nasıl bir rezilliktir ya.
Williams
LeBron
against
geldi.
James. Shumpert gets a
Sıçtık
wide open
beyler.
look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Anam bomboş.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he
Zikzak
can
yapa
do a
yapa adamlar
lot
mal
more
oldu.
damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know,
Majesteleri
Clark, with the
Michael
lead
Jordan.
they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he did.
Ya adam
Otherwise, we'd probably have a 45
bizim
minute
adam mı
delay
yaptı?
here.
Tüh.
He shattered the backboard.
And that replaced by sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Jefferson's checked in for Cleveland.
Lan gidiyor lan. Dur. Hocam elimden geleni yaptım, ne yapayım ya, Allah Allah. Bloklamaya çalışıyorum. Hem boyum yok, hem golüm yok, hem özelliğim yok. Savunmayla alakalı.
And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Exactly. Guys, they're clearly a better team, but you can't take anybody for granted.
Konusunda sıkıntı yaşayacağız büyük ihtimalle ya.
Their checks twice a month across the league, so you've got to come prepared and focused and ready to play.
Here is Williams. Following the basket by Derek Williams. The Cavaliers.
Ama ayıp ya, daha ikinci takım faulüymüş. Benim ilk faulüm. Takım faulü olmadan niye serbest atış çizgisine yolluyorsun adamın? Periyot bitmek üzere diyor. Ayıp lan. Atamıyordu Allah'ın gazması. Atsa içim yanmayacak.
29 seconds left in the first quarter. Freak kicks to Calderon. Feeds it to Freak. Takes a three.
Gir.
Falls for his 7th bucket of the contest.
Ulan top bile ıkın altına gidiyor ya.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You gotta keep getting him touches.
Kaçma lan.
Now here's Williams.
İnşallah bir animasyon tarzı vardır, yoksa da ilk başından böyleyse. Eyvah. Vurdum. Lan hızlı versene, bir şansımız deneydik orta sahadan ya.
Already a double digit advantage. Knicks lead by 17. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Geç hocam tıraşı.
And we've witnessed some impressive basketball from Freak lately. Now a chance to hear what LeBron James.
I admire his passion. I admire how humble he is about the game. You know, and for him to be as young as he is, to have a franchise on his back and to be able to carry it. He's great for all kids that looks up to him as well. He's an unbelievable talent, and I think the only word that he really cares about is winning.
That's high praise indeed from one of the guys you think it would matter the most from.
Hoca LeBRON bizim aklımızda konuşuyor. Hadi bizim konuşmamız neyse de onun konuşması tabii daha bir şey. Dikkat çekici. Biz ikimiz lan. Allah dur kaç. Bir boşluk bulabilsem gideceğim. Ulan şut bile çekemedim lan, elimden çıkmadı. Yanındaki net titreyeceğiz. Ya bizim niye hiç kendi sahamızda maçımız yok? Benim serbest atış ortalamam 90'mış yazdığına göre, ama ısınınca, oyuncunun eli ısınınca, altında işte çember çekince 95'e çıkıyor. Önceki oyunda onu anlam veremedim. Serbest atış attığımda FT rating, free throw ratingi 90 yazıyordu. Ama sonraki bir dahaki çizgiye geldiğimde
a solid three-point game can be the cornerstone of an effective offense. I mean, it adds a little pop to what a team is doing offensively. And last year, this team was not made up of just good three-point shooting. They had great three-point shooting.
O da ortalama kaybına neden olacak maç içinde. Lan zaten 56'yım, ne kadar kaybı olabilir. Isınınca büyük bir ihtimal bir 58-59'a çıkıyor.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Irving. And here's Freak. The 9-footers on the mark.
Ne zorluyoruz arkadaş ya. Bir salın da atak ya.
Serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
The Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
New York leading by 16.
Vallahi boşluk buldum mu diye giderek yerime kapatayım.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Love with a wide open look. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And that's now 9 points for Love. There's Freak.
Hadi bir basketbol. Ay elini senin ya.
Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this, for his career, 15,806 career assists, a record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Control the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm. You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Freak with it. Williams picks him up. Freak with it. He picked up 36 points in their last one against San Antonio.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
They get it again.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Shumpert passes to Williams. LeBron outside. Williams a screen. And Verajao kicks to Thompson. It's deflected. And a fast break now for the Knicks. There's Williams, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Williams has got his third bucket of the night.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
And of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age.
His
most productive season since his early 20s. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And that one's good. Freak.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They really got to pick up that interior defense.
Williams up on top. He has 5. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room.
Ya abi verdiğin pasa bak Allah aşkına ya.
And here they come. And they double him up with LeBron. Shumpert dishes to Verajao. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Dibinde duruyorum. Adam taş atar gibi pas atıyor ya. Lan ortalamam düşük. Ne top kontrolüm var ne bir haltım ya.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. Man, that is a great move off the baseline and a big-time play at the basket.
Fantastic reverse dunk, Clark. Had to get up high for that one.
And I tell you what, that's the kind of play that could really spark a team.
On the wing, Williams. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Deadly from behind the three-point line in that game, and it really gave them the ability, I felt, to stretch that defense out.
5 sayıyla 5 asist ya da ne bileyim 5 sayıyla 5 rebound. Hepsinin birbiriyle kombinasyonu var. Ona kadar. Şeylerin sayının tabii 75 sınırı var da.
Wide open.
Hocam her yere yetişemiyorum artık. Başım döndü yeter.
And New York will come the other way.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the back end.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And the foul call.
Lan yapma lan şunu.
That's his third foul. On a situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Hafifçe müdahale yapıyorum. Adamı yapışıyorsun. Çene gibi. Kolumu uzatıyorum ya.
Real presence in the paint and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. Calderon kicks to Freak. New York moving it around. 4 on the clock. Nice D from Williams.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Verajao, and the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Bırak adam atıyorsa normal atsın lan. Takım foil'u doluyor, kendi foil'unu dolduruyor. Ekstradan bir sayı daha iyittiriyor.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Taken away by Williams.
Hayır, ben senin döneceğin spini.
And they're running. And he was
Bak aynı halkine
two
geliyor.
free throws now for him. The Cavaliers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. First free throw is good. So he hits 1 of 2.
Gör lan gör.
Shot missing.
Senin kafanı sikeyim. Bana o topu atsan 1.9 saniye salise vardı. Top bana gelesi yarım salise daha gelse 1 saniye iyi kötü atardım lan şunu. Korpus atar gibi top atıyor. Tam bir gavat. Hocam soyunma odası şeyini dinleyecek değilim. Geç. Aynı halkları deyip duruyor. Oraya da bir sinema ekleyecek değiller ama.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. The Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And it's Williams in for J.R. Smith. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Freak, he's in at point guard. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Calderon, and it's Williams at the 3 slot.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Knicks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim. They challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
New York on D, a 12-point game. Who's back up? And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance.
Sizin aptallığınıza ben forvetim adam.
Al Cleveland shooting at 50% in a decent group. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Kyrie de başlamış. Belki attırabiliriz. Yuh, Carmelo Anthony de kaçırıyorsa yani abi.
More motion getting out on that fast break. You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Get open, let's go.
Off the inbound pass, Smith, no luck.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Ya abi içinden çıkıp
Getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
6 on the shot clock. There's Freak. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mozgov's got 8 rebounds in this game. James kicks to Smith. Pass to Irving. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Anthony against LeBron. Back to Anthony. Shoots from the baseline. Good. 34 points for Freak.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Smith outside. Back to Irving. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
There's Freak. No good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Here's Irving. He watches it go through the hoop.
Nasıl attırdınız lan aranızda o adam o sayıyı?
They've had assists
Hadi benim
now
5 golüm var. Boyum da kısa. Müdahale de
And it's
yapamıyorum
not
mecburen.
just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot.
Ben yapmadım hocam, o yaptı.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul.
Beni niye çıkarıyorsun amına koyayım?
Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love.
Hayvan herif ya.
And
Bu
it's
maçı
Williams
fazla
in for
oynadı bir
Irving.
maç az. LeBRON
For the
sakin ol.
Knicks, the drive by Smith. There's the pass to Thompson. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Freak. 17 seconds left in the fourth. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, he turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by trying to go to the fadeaway. Boy, he blew the easy two by profiling, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor.
Denedik en azından
So
şansımız.
no problem for New York as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's get...
Carmelo, we have a question from one of your biggest fans. How do you get off your shots when you're in such a tight coverage situation? A defender right in your grill.
It's easy. If my man back off on me, shoot it. If I got two, pass the ball, find somebody else.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to just go right back out there, get to work for the next game.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
Bizim Carmelo 32 ile oynamış bu sefer. Neyse yine bir sinematik gelmedi. Bir de işte LeBron'un bizim hakkımızda görüşleri vardı. Ekstradan bir yani farklılık olabilecek. Onun dışında pek bir şey... iyi. Kim lan? Hoca, bu bizim hoca mıydı, koç muydu?
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives, like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the strip. Oh, stymied! He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000.
Gerçi adam hikayelerini anlatıyor da kasıntı olmasına gerek yok.
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore.
Ay amına koyayım, ölmüş
And
lan.
our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it. Because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Sohbet muhabbet dedik. Bizimkinin arkadaşı var ya, biraz yırtık, onun yüzünden.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back.
İçi biçi polise sıkıntı mı çıkarmış gerizekalı?
Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye.
Al işte ya.
Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey,
Başkan, takım sahibi haklı çıktı. Dedi bu kariyerin dağ başı falan filan riskleri alacaksın.
Friend of freak. Hey, but check this out though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house though. Yo.
Abi de bu malı konuşturuyorlar. Kapat şunu ya. Tam yerinde durdurdu. Ama
I don't understand. Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost 100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
But Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros. Right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being.
Ya başkanın dediği arkadaşını doğru düzgün seç ya da işte bu işlere bulaştırma diyor galiba. Birazcık yırtık ya bizimkinin arkadaşı.
And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V-G-G, Vic, gotta go! handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Ne iştir ya? Maç kadar uzun sürdü lan sinematik. Adam diyor ki arkadaşının yaptığı hal hareketler senin oyununu etkiliyor. Senin oyununu etkileyen benim takımımın oyununu etkiliyor. Benim takımımı etkileyen benim paramı etkiliyor. Benim paramı etkileyen falan filan diye saydıra gitti. Herif psikopata bağladı. Yüzük istiyormuş. Şampiyonluk yüzüğü. Ulan pezevenk ben çaylak değil miyim? Niye benim üstüme bu kadar yükleniyorsunuz amına koyayım? Bizimki de diyor ki çocukluk arkadaşım hiçbir şey yokken o vardı yanımda. Biraz deli doldur manyaktın ama yani sonuçta arkadaşını kendi özelliği olduğun için seversin yani. Herkes için yani bilmiyorum ya öyle bir seçenek sunarsa sıçtık amına koyayım. Bir de yani onun devamını göremezsen atıyorum işte arkadaşınla devam edersen res çekersen kariyerimiz boka da gidebilir. Ya da arkadaşı satarsak kariyer iyiye gidebilir ama ailevi durumlar kötüye gidebilir. Çünkü 2K16'da yani bu oyunda bu kariyer işini çok daha böyle şey yapacağız falan filan diyorlardı. Ki öyle de başladı maç olma. Baksana amına koyayım. İlk maçta bir şey olmadı da ikinci maçtan sonra anasını satayım. Ama o da bokunu çıkarıyor amına koyayım. Adamın yani takım sahibinin dediğini şeye çıkarttı. Doğruya çıkarttı. Üçüncü maç. Yine mi Cavaliers lan? Game 30 bak diyorum ya abi. 8 maç oynattıracak bize sadece. Kritik maçları mı oynattırıyor? Şey yaptırıyor mu? İlk oynadığımız Milwaukee Bucks Game 1'dı. Cleveland'la oynadığımız bir önceki maç Game 5, niye İngilizce söylüyorsam 5. oyundu. Aha bu şu an 8'in 3'ü yani 8 maç oynayacağız. Onun 3.'sündeyiz. Yine Cavaliers'la 30. maç bu seferde. Bu direkt sezonu bitirttirecek bana 2 yıldan ya. Ulan bir ödül bir şey verseydiniz hayvan herifler. Neyse. Arkadaşlar bu bölümü burada bitirelim. Bayağı bir yeterince uzun oldu. Tamam. 2 maç yaptık. Bayağı bir de 15-20 dakikalık bir sinematik girdi. Takım sahibi bayağı bize bir hem tavsiye verdi hem de azar çekti doğal olarak. Arkadaşımıza da bir bizimki mahalle gibi bir yere gitmiş video. Geliyorum. Video çekti. Video mu çekti? Konuştum bilmiyorum. Kamera vardı aşağıda falan filan. Direkt buraya geçti ve şunu da görmüş olduk ki o 8 maç şeymiş. Bizi büyük bir ihtimal deneme sürümü gibi ya da sadece bütün sezonu oynattırıyorlar ama biz sadece bu 8 maçı görebileceğiz. Çünkü ilk maçta dediğim gibi Game 1 1. oyun diyordu. 5. oyun şimdi 30. oyuna salmış. Yani ilk yıldan bizim büyük bir ihtimal başka bir şey yaptırtmayacaklar. Neyse arkadaşlar bir sonraki bölümümüzde artık kalan maçları yapmaya çalışırım azar azar. Sinematik girerse gireriz. Yine ikişer yaparım eğer böyle 8 ise. 1 ile 2'yi buraya sığdırdık. 3 ile 4'ü bir sonrakine öyle gideriz. Bakalım ilk yılın sonunda, çaylak yılın sonunda ödülü alabileceğiz mi? Ya da bir ne bileyim playoff potasına girebileceğiz mi? İlk yıldan şampiyon olabilme ihtimalimiz var mı? Ya da ne gibi şeyler yaşanacak kariyerimizde ve hayatımızda. Zaten dediğim gibi sinematik olduğu sürece geleceğim. Şu an ilk yıl olduğu için her maçı çekmek istedim. İlla bir şey vardır diye. Çünkü atlamak istemedim. Ya video programı açmam. maça girerim, bir şey olur, maç içinde bir şey yaşanır. O yüzden ilk yıl en azından bu 8 maç olduğu için şey yapacağım. Neyse arkadaşlar, bir sonraki videoda tekrar görüşünceye kadar hoşçakalın. Bay bay. Kendinize iyi bakın.